Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Today I want to talk about a woman who is often misunderstood, a woman who enjoys her own company, who chooses solitude over meaningless company, and who thrives in her independence. Society may call her alone, but in reality she is dangerous, not in a harmful way, but in a powerful one. A woman who spends time alone is dangerous because she knows who she is. She has taken the time to understand her strengths, her weaknesses, her dreams and her worth. She does not seek validation from the outside world because she has found it within herself. She is dangerous because she does not settle. She does not fear loneliness, and that means she will not compromise for less than she deserves in love, in friendship, or in career. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg, she chooses. A woman who enjoys solitude is dangerous because she has mastered the art of self-reliance. She can travel alone, dine alone, and achieve her goals without needing constant support. She is strong enough to stand by herself, but wise enough to welcome the right people into her life. Such a woman is dangerous because she is not easily manipulated. She thinks for herself, makes her own decisions, and refuses to conform just to please others. She is not desperate for attention, which means no one can control her with false promises or empty words. A woman who enjoys her own company is also dangerous because she is full of depth. She spends her time reading, learning, and growing. Her mind is a universe of ideas, her heart is a well of wisdom, and her soul is at peace. That kind of woman is rare, and rare things are valuable. But perhaps the most dangerous thing about her is that she is free from the fear of judgment, free from emotional dependence, and free from the chains that society tries to place on her. She does not need permission to live her life fully. So to all the women who love their solitude, embrace it. You are not lonely, you are strong. You are not antisocial. You are selective. And above all, you are not just a woman, you are a force to be reckoned with. A woman who spends a significant amount of time alone develops a profound sense of self-awareness, an understanding of who she is beyond the roles that society assigns to her. In solitude, she learns to listen to her own thoughts, reflect on her experiences, and truly understand her emotions without external influences clouding her judgment. Unlike those who constantly seek validation from others, she does not define herself through the opinions or expectations of society. She does not measure her worth by the number of friends she has, the attention she receives, or the approval of those around her. Instead, she looks inward, confronting her fears, acknowledging her weaknesses, and embracing her strengths. This deep self-awareness allows her to recognize what she truly wants in life, what excites her, what drains her, and what aligns with her values. She is in tune with her emotions in a way that many people are not. She understands why she feels a certain way, and she doesn't let temporary emotions dictate her actions. Whether she is happy, sad, frustrated, or inspired, she processes her emotions with clarity rather than seeking distractions or suppressing them. This emotional intelligence makes her a master of her own mind, allowing her to navigate life with wisdom and intention. Because she knows herself so well, she is not easily swayed by peer pressure or external influences. She does not feel the need to follow trends just to fit in or compromise her beliefs for the sake of acceptance. She has taken the time to explore her values, her passions, and her purpose, and she stands firmly by them. Her decisions are based on what truly matters to her, not on fleeting societal expectations. Moreover, spending time alone allows her to cultivate a strong internal dialogue. She becomes her own best friend, encouraging herself, motivating herself, and holding herself accountable. She does not rely on others to reassure her of her worth. She knows it intrinsically. When she faces challenges, she does not seek immediate external solutions but instead looks within to find strength and clarity. Her self-awareness also makes her highly intuitive. She can read situations and people with precision because she has spent so much time analyzing her own patterns and emotions. She recognizes red flags early, avoids toxic relationships, and surrounds herself with only those who align with her energy. She does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or insincerity because she has set her own standards based on a deep understanding of what she deserves. Ultimately, a woman who is self-aware is unshakable. She does not feel the need to prove herself to anyone because she is already secure in her identity. She is grounded, confident, and in complete control of her life. Not because she has everything figured out, but because she knows she has the power to navigate whatever comes her way. A woman who spends time alone cultivates an extraordinary level of independence, one that sets her apart in a world where many people fear solitude. Unlike those who constantly seek companionship to feel complete, she understands that her worth and happiness are not dependent on anyone else. She has built a strong foundation within herself, making her self-sufficient in every aspect of life. Independence is not just about being able to take care of herself financially. It is about emotional, mental, and even spiritual independence. She does not need constant reassurance or validation from others to feel secure. She has developed the ability to trust her own judgment, make decisions without hesitation, and stand by her choices. When life presents challenges, she does not immediately look for someone to fix things for her. She relies on her own problem-solving skills and resilience to navigate through difficulties. Because she enjoys her own company, she is comfortable doing things alone that many people find intimidating. She can travel alone, eat at a restaurant alone, and pursue hobbies without needing a companion to join her. This kind of confidence is rare and powerful because it demonstrates self-reliance, a quality that makes her immune to the fear of loneliness. She understands that solitude is not a weakness, but a strength, as it gives her the space to grow, reflect, and recharge without external distractions. Her independence extends to her relationships as well. She does not cling to people out of fear of being alone. Instead, she chooses her relationships carefully, ensuring that they add value to her life rather than filling a void. She does not engage in codependent dynamics where she relies on others for her happiness or sense of self-worth. She enters relationships from a place of wholeness, which means she does not tolerate toxic behavior, manipulation, or disrespect. She knows she can walk away at any moment because she is not afraid to be on her own. Financial independence is another significant aspect of her strength. She does not wait for someone to provide for her. She takes control of her own career, finances, and future. Whether she is an entrepreneur, a professional, or someone continuously working towards her goals, she understands the value of being self-sufficient. She does not place her security in the hands of another person because she knows the power of having her own resources and making her own choices. Another remarkable trait of an independent woman is that she is not easily influenced by societal pressures. She does not feel the need to conform to traditional roles or follow a path that does not resonate with her. She makes decisions based on her own aspirations rather than what others expect of her. This kind of autonomy makes her unpredictable, which can be intimidating to those who expect women to conform to a particular mold. Her independence also grants her the ability to prioritize herself without guilt. She is not afraid to set boundaries, say no, and protect her energy. She understands that she does not have to sacrifice her well-being to please others, and she does not allow guilt or societal expectations to dictate her life. When she needs rest, she takes it. When she wants to pursue a goal, she does it without waiting for permission or approval. Ultimately, a woman who embraces her independence is unstoppable. She walks through life with the assurance that she can handle anything on her own, not because she rejects help or companionship, but because she does not need them to define her or complete her. She is whole on her own, and that makes her a force to be reckoned with. A woman who spends time alone develops a deep understanding of her own worth, and because of this, she refuses to settle for anything less than she deserves. She has high standards in all aspects of life, whether it be relationships, friendships, career, or personal growth. Her solitude has given her the time and clarity to define what she truly wants, and she does not compromise for the sake of convenience, societal pressure, or temporary gratification. In relationships, she does not tolerate mediocrity. She does not enter a relationship just to fill a void or to avoid loneliness. She enters it because it aligns with her values, desires, and long-term vision. She is not impressed by superficial gestures or empty promises. Instead, she seeks depth, consistency, and mutual respect. She does not chase love because she understands that the right love will never require her to beg for attention, validation, or basic decency. She has no interest in temporary relationships or meaningless connections. She does not entertain partners who are emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, or lacking ambition. Because she knows the value of her peace, she does not allow toxic people to disrupt it. She would rather be alone than be in a relationship that drains her. And that alone makes her incredibly powerful. In friendships, she applies the same high standards. She does not keep people around just for the sake of having company. She values quality over quantity, choosing to surround herself only with those who bring positivity, support, and growth into her life. She has no patience for gossip, drama, or one-sided friendships where she is constantly giving but receiving nothing in return. Because she enjoys her own company, she never feels the need to maintain friendships that do not align with her energy. In her career, she refuses to settle for a job that does not challenge her, inspire her, or align with her ambitions. She does not stay in places where she is undervalued, underpaid, or unappreciated. She knows her skills and capabilities, and she will not hesitate to walk away from opportunities that do not serve her highest potential. She is not afraid to take risks, start over, or demand what she is worth. Her high standards extend to her personal growth as well. She is always striving to become a better version of herself, mentally, emotionally, and physically. She is selective about the content she consumes, the habits she cultivates, and the goals she pursues. Cynthia, she does not waste time on things that do not contribute to her growth, and she does not engage in self-destructive behaviors. She has a clear vision of the life she wants to live, and she actively works towards it every day. One of the most remarkable things about a woman with high standards is that she is unapologetic about them. She does not lower her expectations just to accommodate others. She does not feel guilty for wanting more, and she does not allow anyone to convince her that she is asking for too much. She understands that having high standards is not about being difficult or unrealistic. It is about knowing her worth and refusing to settle for less. People may call her picky, intimidating, or hard to please, but she does not let those labels affect her. She knows that the right people, whether in love, friendships, or career, will rise to meet her standards, rather than asking her to lower them. Because she is willing to walk away from anything that does not align with her values, she commands respect, admiration, and, most importantly, the life she truly desires. A woman who spends time alone develops an extraordinary level of emotional strength, the kind that makes her unshakable in the face of life's challenges. She does not fear loneliness because she has learned to be comfortable with her own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Instead of seeking distractions or external validation, she embraces solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection, healing, and personal growth. Many people struggle with being alone because it forces them to confront their fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotions. But a woman who spends time alone has already faced herself. She has navigated through moments of doubt, heartbreak, disappointment, and uncertainty without relying on others to rescue her. She has learned to process pain in a healthy way without suppressing or ignoring it. As a result, she becomes emotionally resilient. She does not crumble under pressure, nor does she allow temporary setbacks to define her. Her emotional strength also comes from the fact that she does not depend on external factors for her happiness. She does not need constant reassurance, attention, or approval from others to feel secure. She understands that true happiness comes from within, and she has mastered the ability to self-soothe, self-motivate, and self-direct. She does not seek relationships to fill an emotional void. Instead, she builds connections from a place of wholeness, ensuring that she never becomes emotionally dependent on anyone. This kind of strength makes her difficult to manipulate. She is not easily swayed by sweet words, false promises, or emotional games. She recognizes when someone is trying to take advantage of her, and she has the courage to walk away from situations that do not serve her well-being. She does not fall for mind games, guilt-tripping, or toxic cycles because she has developed the emotional intelligence to see through them. Her ability to control her emotions also makes her a powerful decision-maker. She does not make impulsive choices based on temporary feelings. Instead, she takes the time to evaluate situations rationally. Whether it's in her personal life, career, or relationships, she approaches decisions with a level head, ensuring that her choices align with her values and long-term goals. This emotional strength also makes her highly independent in dealing with challenges. When she faces adversity, she does not immediately seek help from others. She first tries to find solutions on her own. While she is not afraid to ask for support when needed, she does not rely on others to fix her problems. She has developed the resilience to handle difficulties with grace, learning from each challenge rather than allowing it to break her spirit. Additionally, a woman with strong emotional resilience is not easily shaken by criticism or negativity. She does not allow the opinions of others to dictate her self-worth. She understands that not everyone will approve of her choices, and she is perfectly fine with that. She does not let negative comments, gossip, or societal expectations define who she is. Instead of reacting emotionally, she remains calm, composed, and unbothered by the noise around her. Her emotional strength also gives her the ability to set firm boundaries. She knows when to say no, when to walk away, and when to protect her peace. She does not allow others to drain her energy, manipulate her emotions, or take advantage of her kindness. She values her mental and emotional well-being, and she prioritizes it without guilt or hesitation. Ultimately, this kind of woman is a force of nature. She does not let the ups and downs of life dictate her happiness, nor does she allow others to control her emotions. She has mastered the art of emotional self-sufficiency, and that makes her unbreakable in a world that often tries to weaken women through emotional dependency. A woman who spends time alone develops a profound sense of intelligence and personal growth. not just in terms of academic knowledge, but also in emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and wisdom. When she is alone, she has the time and space to invest in herself, sharpen her mind, and expand her perspective on life. Unlike those who constantly seek distractions or social validation, she embraces solitude as an opportunity to learn, evolve, and improve. Her intelligence is not limited to what she has been taught, rather she is self-taught in many ways. She is curious, always seeking new information, reading books, exploring ideas, and learning new skills. Because she is not constantly consumed by external noise, she can focus on intellectual pursuits that fuel her personal development. Whether it's studying philosophy, psychology, finance, or creative arts, she takes the initiative to educate herself beyond conventional standards. Her ability to think independently is one of her greatest strengths. She does not blindly follow trends, opinions, or societal expectations. She questions everything and forms her own conclusions. She is not easily influenced by groupthink because she has spent enough time analyzing her own beliefs and values. This makes her a deep thinker, a strategist, and a visionary. Someone who does not simply accept the world as it is, but actively seeks to understand and shape it. She also prioritizes emotional intelligence, which is just as important as academic intelligence. Because she spends time reflecting on her thoughts and emotions, she understands human behavior deeply. She can read people well, recognizing patterns, red flags, and hidden intentions. She is not easily fooled by surface-level charm, because she looks beyond words and actions to see what truly lies beneath. Her wisdom allows her to navigate relationships, career decisions, and life challenges with clarity and discernment. Growth is a constant priority for her. She refuses to remain stagnant or settle for mediocrity. She actively seeks self-improvement, whether through education, skill building, fitness, or mental development. She is always evolving, refining her mindset, and becoming a better version of herself. She does not wait for opportunities to come to her, she creates them. She does not rely on others to teach her what she needs to know, she teaches herself. Because of her commitment to growth, she welcomes challenges rather than fearing them. She understands that adversity is a teacher, and every obstacle she faces is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. She does not shy away from failure because she knows that every setback carries a lesson. Instead of seeing difficulties as roadblocks, she views them as stepping stones toward her goals. Another defining trait of her intelligence is her ability to adapt. Because she has spent time analyzing different aspects of life, she knows how to adjust to different situations, think critically, and make informed decisions. She is flexible but firm, open to new perspectives but unwavering in her core principles. Her intelligence and continuous growth make her a rare and valuable individual. She does not waste time engaging in meaningless conversations, gossip, or distractions that do not contribute to her success. Instead, she chooses depth, knowledge, and wisdom, which sets her apart from the majority. She is not just book smart, she is life smart. She understands how to navigate the world, protect herself, and move with confidence. She does not just acquire knowledge, she applies it. She does not just grow for the sake of growth, she uses her wisdom to build a life that aligns with her highest potential. A woman who spends time alone possesses an aura of mystery and unpredictability, making her one of the most intriguing and captivating individuals. Unlike those who constantly share every detail of their lives, she is selective about what she reveals and to whom. This makes her difficult to read, which both fascinates and intimidates people. She does not seek attention, yet she naturally commands it simply by being different. by moving in silence and letting her actions speak for her. Her mystery comes from the fact that she values privacy. She does not feel the need to constantly post about her every move, nor does she crave validation through social media or public approval. She enjoys her solitude and does not seek external distractions to fill her time. Because of this, people never truly know what she is thinking, what she is planning, or what her next move will be. She is a woman of depth, and only those she trusts deeply get to see the full extent of who she is. She does not engage in unnecessary drama, gossip, or meaningless conversations. While others waste time trying to prove themselves or seek validation, she remains focused, observant, and strategic. She listens more than she speaks, and when she does speak, her words carry weight. People are drawn to her because she exudes an air of quiet confidence, someone who does not need to announce her every thought to feel significant. Her unpredictability makes her even more powerful. Because she does not conform to societal expectations or follow a predictable path, no one can ever truly anticipate what she will do next. She is independent in her decisions, meaning she does not wait for permission or approval to take action, whether it's in her career, relationships, or personal growth. She moves on her own terms, making her impossible to manipulate or control. She is also highly adaptable. Since she has spent time alone, reflecting on life, she knows how to adjust her strategy based on circumstances. If one path does not work, she quickly finds another. If an opportunity no longer serves her, she lets it go without hesitation. This ability to change, evolve, and shift directions makes her an enigma to those who expect her to fit into a specific mold. Her mystery also extends to her emotional world. She does not wear her heart on her sleeve for just anyone. While she is capable of deep emotions, she does not easily reveal them. She knows that not everyone deserves access to her vulnerabilities, and she guards her energy wisely. This makes her highly respected. People know that if she chooses to open up, it is because she truly values and trusts them. Because of her mysterious nature, people become curious about her. They want to understand her, to uncover the depths of her thoughts, to figure out what makes her so different. But the truth is, she cannot be fully understood. She is constantly evolving, always growing, and forever transforming. She is not someone who can be put into a box or labeled in simple terms. Her unpredictability makes her dangerous to those who expect women to be predictable, submissive, or easy to figure out. She cannot be manipulated, controlled, or easily influenced. She is a thinker, a strategist, and someone who moves in silence until it is time to act. Because she reveals little and observes much, she holds power in every interaction. While others are busy talking, oversharing, and seeking approval, she remains a step ahead, always in control of her own narrative. A woman who spends time alone develops an extraordinary level of self-sufficiency, which makes her one of the most powerful individuals in any room. She does not rely on others for her happiness, security, or success. She has built a life where she can stand tall on her own, with or without support. This level of independence and inner strength makes her both inspiring and intimidating to those who are accustomed to people seeking validation and reassurance. Her self-sufficiency is not just about being financially independent, though that is certainly a part of it. It is about being emotionally, mentally, and physically self-reliant. She does not need anyone to complete her because she is already whole. She enjoys companionship but does not depend on it. She appreciates love but does not chase it. She understands that the most powerful thing she can ever do is to be content and successful on her own terms. This kind of woman has a deep trust in her own abilities. She knows that whatever challenges come her way, she will find a way to overcome them. She does not crumble under pressure or wait for someone else to rescue her. She faces adversity head-on, using her intelligence, resilience, and problem-solving skills to navigate through life. She is the kind of woman who can fix her own problems, make her own decisions, and stand firm even when the world expects her to falter. Her confidence is unshakable because it is built from within, not from external validation. She does not need constant compliments, attention, or approval to feel good about herself. She knows her worth, and she does not let anyone define it for her. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she tone down her strength to fit societal expectations. She carries herself with grace, power, and self-assurance, making it clear that she is not someone to be underestimated. Her energy commands respect. People can sense that she is different, that she is not easily impressed by material things, false promises, or superficial gestures. She has high standards and a strong sense of self, which means she does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or mediocrity. She walks away from anything that does not align with her values, knowing that she would rather be alone than settle for less than she deserves. Because she has spent so much time in solitude, she has also learned the art of self-motivation. She does not wait for external factors to inspire her. She creates her own drive and discipline. Whether it is pursuing a career goal, working on personal growth, or maintaining her health, she does it for herself, not for applause or recognition. She does not need someone to remind her of her potential. She already knows it, and she works towards it every single day. Her self-sufficiency also extends to her emotional world. She does not depend on others to regulate her emotions or provide her with constant reassurance. While she values meaningful relationships, she does not engage in emotional codependency. She knows how to comfort herself, heal from heartbreak, and find happiness without needing someone else to provide it for her. This makes her incredibly strong because it means she does not fear being alone. She thrives in her own company. One of the most powerful aspects of her confidence is that it is silent, yet undeniable. She does not have to boast about her achievements or prove her worth to anyone. She simply lives in a way that speaks for itself. People can feel her strength in the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, and the way she navigates life with certainty and purpose. Her self-sufficiency and confidence make her a rare breed in a world that often teaches people, especially women, to seek external validation. She has unlearned the idea that she needs someone else to complete her. Instead, she embraces the truth that she is already complete, powerful, and capable all on her own. A woman who spends time alone embraces a level of freedom that many people fear. She is not bound by societal expectations, outdated traditions, or the pressure to conform. She lives on her own terms, making choices that align with her happiness, growth, and personal values rather than trying to please others. This kind of independence is rare, and it makes her incredibly powerful. Because a woman who is truly free is impossible to control. Her freedom is not just physical but mental and emotional as well. She is not weighed down by the opinions of others, nor does she seek permission to pursue what she desires. She does not let fear hold her back from trying new things, taking risks, or stepping outside of her comfort zone. She follows her own intuition, knowing that life is too short to be lived according to someone else's rules. This woman does not fear being alone, which gives her an advantage over those who constantly seek companionship to feel validated. She travels alone, dines alone, works alone, and finds joy in solitude. She does not see being alone as a weakness but as a sign of strength. because it means she is comfortable with herself. While others may need a constant stream of distractions to feel fulfilled, she finds fulfillment in her own company, her own thoughts, and her own experiences. Her fearlessness extends to her career and ambitions as well. She is not afraid to take the road less traveled, to start over, or to chase after what she truly wants. She is not concerned with fitting into society's limited definition of success. She defines success for herself, whether it's starting her own business, changing careers, or pursuing a passion project. She does so without hesitation. She does not wait for the right time or for someone else's approval. She simply goes for it. She also does not fear walking away. She is not afraid to leave behind toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or situations that no longer serve her. She does not cling to things out of fear of the unknown. She understands that letting go is sometimes necessary for growth, and she trusts herself enough to know that she will be okay, no matter what. Because of this, she moves through life with confidence, never settling for less than she deserves. Her fearlessness makes her a threat to those who are used to controlling or manipulating others. She cannot be guilt-tripped, coerced, or swayed by empty promises. She is not afraid to say no, to set boundaries, or to stand up for herself. She does not tolerate disrespect, and she does not allow anyone to make her feel small. She is firm in her decisions, unapologetic in her choices, and unshaken by those who try to bring her down. She also embraces freedom in her thoughts and beliefs. She does not blindly accept societal norms, and she is not afraid to challenge outdated traditions. She thinks for herself, questions authority when necessary, and refuses to be confined by rules that do not make sense to her. She is always learning, growing, and expanding her perspective, which makes her intellectually and spiritually untamed. Her lifestyle is entirely her own. She is not pressured to get married by a certain age, have children just because society expects it, or follow a timeline that does not align with her desires. She lives life at her own pace, unbothered by societal standards or expectations. She knows that her path is unique, and she refuses to let anyone dictate how she should walk it. A woman who is truly free and fearless is unstoppable. She does not let fear of failure, rejection, or judgment hold her back. She understands that life is meant to be experienced fully, and she embraces every opportunity with open arms. She is a force of nature, wild, untamed, and unwilling to be anything other than exactly who she is. A woman who spends time alone develops a level of emotional strength and resilience that sets her apart from the rest. Because she has spent countless hours in her own company, she has learned how to sit with her emotions, process them, and overcome them without depending on others for validation or support. This makes her an incredibly powerful individual, one who does not crumble under pressure, one who does not break easily, and one who knows how to heal herself from within. She does not run from pain, nor does she try to numb it with distractions. Instead, she faces it head-on, allowing herself to feel, understand, and grow from her experiences. Whether it is heartbreak, failure, or disappointment, she does not let these moments define her or weaken her spirit. She has endured solitude long enough to know that every hardship she encounters only makes her wiser, stronger, and more prepared for whatever comes next. Because she is used to handling her emotions alone, she does not fall into emotional dependency. She does not need someone else to regulate her moods, reassure her of her worth, or constantly comfort her through life's difficulties. She has learned how to self-soothe, how to find peace in stillness, and how to pull herself out of dark places when necessary. This ability to rely on herself emotionally makes her incredibly resilient. She does not panic in difficult situations, nor does she crumble when faced with uncertainty. Her strength is not just in her ability to endure, but in her ability to transform pain into power. She knows how to turn setbacks into lessons, heartbreak into wisdom, and loneliness into self-discovery. Instead of allowing difficulties to break her, she uses them as fuel to become even better. She understands that life will not always be easy, but she has cultivated the mental toughness to navigate it with grace and determination. This kind of woman does not fear challenges. She welcomes them. She understands that struggles are not signs of weakness but opportunities for growth. She does not avoid discomfort or run away from difficult emotions. She embraces them as part of her journey. When life throws obstacles in her path, she does not sit back and complain. She finds a way to overcome them. No matter how impossible they may seem, her resilience also makes her incredibly emotionally independent in relationships. She does not become attached out of fear of being alone. She does not stay in toxic situations because she is afraid of starting over. She is not afraid of losing people because she knows that as long as she has herself, she will always be okay. She loves deeply, but she does not love desperately. She gives from a place of abundance, not lack. Because of her emotional strength, she does not allow external circumstances to dictate her inner peace. She has spent so much time in solitude that she has learned how to protect her energy, set strong boundaries, and refuse to engage in negativity. She does not let small inconveniences ruin her day, nor does she allow toxic people to steal her joy. She knows how to walk away from anything that disrupts her peace of mind. She is unbreakable because she has been through storms and learned how to dance in the rain. She does not seek pity, she does not dwell in victimhood, and she does not let the past hold her back. She is always moving forward, always evolving, and always finding new ways to rise above whatever life throws at her. Her emotional strength makes her dangerous to those who expect her to be weak, needy, or dependent. She cannot be manipulated through emotional games, nor can she be controlled by fear or guilt. She knows her worth, stands her ground, and refuses to settle for anything less than what she deserves. A woman who spends time alone is not someone to be underestimated. She is a force, unshaken by the world's expectations, unbound by societal norms, and unwavering in her sense of self. She does not seek approval, nor does she live for validation. She moves with quiet confidence, knowing that her power lies in her ability to think independently, live fearlessly, and stand alone if necessary. Her solitude is not a weakness, it is her greatest strength. In her quiet moments, she has discovered who she truly is. She has built herself from the inside out, learning to rely on her own mind, her own heart, and her own abilities. This is why she is dangerous, not in the sense of harm, but in the sense that she cannot be controlled, manipulated, or swayed by external forces. She is untamed, self-sufficient, and completely in control of her own destiny. While the world may expect women to be dependent, predictable, or easily influenced, she defies every expectation. She walks her own path, makes her own rules, and lives on her own terms. She does not beg for love, chase after people, or fear walking away from anything that does not serve her growth. She understands that she is enough just as she is, and that realization makes her unstoppable. So, to the woman who enjoys her own company, who chooses solitude over settling, who values growth over comfort, never let the world make you feel as though your independence is a flaw. It is your greatest weapon. Keep embracing your power, keep walking your own path, and keep being the woman who cannot be tamed. Because a woman who is truly at peace with herself is not just dangerous, She is limitless.